Welcome to Turn Writing Fair Around podcast. Simple methods to overcome fear and start writing again. I'm Elise Hittinger, and I'm the host for your journey to courage. This is episode 125, The Power of Tiny Wins. When I was first getting back over my fear and my anxiety, not only was I alone and I didn't want to talk about it, but everything seemed huge. All the fear, all the anxiety, it seemed really, really big. And it just, the fear and anxiety in and of itself was overwhelming. And really, it didn't need to be. And so, the first thing I want you to think about is tiny wins. And how do you know if you have a tiny win? The really cool thing about this is everybody gets to pick their own tiny wins. And it's different for everybody. It can be as simple as you brushed your teeth twice a day. If you have a goal to brush your teeth twice a day and you don't always brush your teeth twice a day, and for a whole week you brush your teeth twice a day, or even for a day, that can be considered a tiny win. If you don't put your dishes in the dishwasher after you eat, if you let them stack up in the sink for a day or two, and you decide that when you eat, when you're done, you're going to put the dishes in the dishwasher, and you do that, that's a tiny win. It can be around the horses. If you're afraid to take them for a walk and you take them for a 20-foot walk, that's a tiny win. If you have a hard time picking up your horse's hind foot and you figure out how to pick it up for 1 second, that's a tiny win. And the more you focus on the wins, the more wins you will see, the more wins you will feel. And so you start building up these tiny wins. And it can be anything. But once you start looking for tiny wins, they start reproducing. They're like rabbits. They reproduce like rabbits. You'll start figuring out more and more tiny wins. There's science behind it. It's a dopamine hit. I mean, really, our bodies crave things that make us feel good, things that make us feel better. Maybe not even good, but just better than we did right before. And so when we build up these tiny wins into feeling better, we're going to want to feel even better. Some people do it with chemicals. I'm guilty of doing it with games. I love playing games. But there's so much more reward in doing something that you want to do, but you've been putting it off, or doing something you want to do, but you're a little anxious about it. And I'm not talking about going for a 1 hour trail ride if you haven't gotten on your horse in 5 years. I'm talking about the tiny wins. Maybe you take your horse to the mounting block. Wow, doesn't that feel good? Maybe you tack up your horse. Wow, doesn't that feel good? Maybe you get on your horse and then get right back off. Wow, doesn't that feel good? Look for the things that are positive. My mom was a genius at this. We were sitting in traffic in New York, like bumper to bumper, stopped. And my mom looks around and she goes, "You know what? We're not having to pay our tolls as fast." Well, that was a tiny win for sitting in traffic. You can turn anything into a tiny win. Even stuff that normally makes you angry or upset. I mean, my mom, we were stuck in traffic. Look at the tiny win of not having to pay your tolls as fast. What a mind shift. What a reframe. You've got this. Stack up those tiny wins. If you'd like a little help in knowing how to do this, I've got a free ultimate guide to courage pennies. It's really simple things to help you look for wins, look for courage. I'll put a link in the description below. Hope you guys have an amazing day. See you guys later.